Boogie, drop that beat.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Talking Out Loud with Miss Talkative. Everything I say is my own opinion, alleged, and strictly entertainment purposes. Remember, I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe. Comment on the video, let me know what you think. Carlos must have gave his Lamh Huntsville cast his word of the day speech right before filming. You know how he gets on his soapbox every Sunday trying to give people the word for the day? Well, it seems like now he done gave his cast a word for the season, which just happens to be Melometers, because these people have been talking about us prior to them filming, and now with them being three episodes in, they're still can't stop talking about the Melometers. Carlos got mad and started striking channels because Melody held him accountable for the lack of protection that she received during Lamh Huntsville. And it seems to me that he struck the channels not only because he was mad that people shared their videos of Melody embarrassing him on his podcast, but also to get a reaction out of the Melometers. He wanted a reaction so he can have a reason to start talking about the Melometers this season. Because instead of Carlos making sure that his cast had their own storylines this season and that they were, doing their job, he decided to help them create one, which is why Maurice decided to sue content creators out of the blue. They thought they were going to put the Melometers on trial and make an example out of us, make an example out of the content creators that Maurice was supposedly suing. And actually, it seems like it backfired when the lawsuit came about, because when he got hit with that, when Maurice and OWN got hit with that $105 million lawsuit, it seems like their plan was disrupted. And because they had already worked us into their storylines this season, they couldn't edit. It's only so much that you can edit out. And I believe they would have changed it if they could have, but I believe they're fidgety now. Carlos, he's not that slick, and he's dang on sure not that doggone smart. He been recruiting different content creators to taunt the Melometers for months now, blaming us for things that don't even have anything to do with us, just to have to turn around and beg Funky Dineva to start back watching and reviewing Lamh Huntsville to try to convince people that Lamh Huntsville is worth the watch. And, because he has a lot of viewers, and because Carlos knows that if Lamh Huntsville goes under and, if he gets canceled, he is done, because Lamh Huntsville is his bread and butter that opened the doors for all of his other shows that came after it. And, because they was able to sustain being at the number one spot for a while. But because Carlos has, he had decided to make a mockery of Martell's DV charge and now conviction against Melody, and I'm assuming gave Maurice the bad advice to sue the content creators, and not realizing that Maurice may not be fit for trial, which is the reason he has time to have sex several times a day and stay out all night. And now, because he did that, most of the viewers has decided not to watch, which has caused the ratings to drop drastically. But for all these people to start speaking out speaking on the hatred for the Melometers as much as they are. It lets me know that they're that they're out to get Melody. If they can't get her directly, they're going to get her indirectly. And I believe that's what they're trying to do. And that's why they are, continuing to go after and taunt the Melometers. Stormy, with her ranting about being bullied and being scared of an elderly lady visiting her warehouse to try to buy products, only to turn around and invite a bunch of unknown people to her birthday party on her farm. And, people could say that she probably felt it was okay because cameras were rolling and she had security. But my thing is, no, I call BS on that, because my thing is, if you feel threatened by one, then you feel threatened by them all. So Stormy, she didn't feel threatened because she was the one that was going on the attack when she seen the content creator. The content creator wasn't even ringing her bell, wasn't knocking on her door or anything. She looked out her window, seen the lady, and decided thinking that she was going to scare the lady or scare content creators. Stormy really thinks she really thinks she's bad, and only to turn around and start crying when she realized what she had did. But I don't believe. But like I say, Stormy going on her rants about being bullied or whatever. I think between her and Carlos setting it off, then you have Marcel expressing his hatred for the Melometers, all because he was exposed for being able to he was exposed for not being able to keep his bar open, and how he constantly shows his jealousy by calling us deplorables, because he wishes his bar t-shirts and his bottle of chocolate, he wish it could sell like Melody businesses are selling. Destiny and Tisha calling us middle-aged evil women, but apparently they haven't looked in the mirror, because Destiny, she's mad because she fumbled not one but two men back to back. One she's still fighting with in court, and the other she's fighting on TV for a check, and not one of them wants to be associated with her. But yet somehow that is the Melometers' fault. And then she's going from interview to interview to continue to speak on people that have moved on with their life. Melody haven't been friends with her in about 2+ years, I believe. And she's still going on interview to interview to discuss her and try to blame stuff on her. And it's like, when you gonna realize that Melody is way past the BS? You got Tisha that's mad because no matter how many years she brags about being married, Marcel still don't value her or her opinion. He had she not been able to sign for those loans, Marcel wouldn't even allow her to tag along, because he needed her for those expos. I believe that's the only reason why she was able to, because they trying to appear like a power couple now, since Melody and Martell are had divorced. Carlos thought that he could fill the power couple spot with Scott's 1.0, but they're not power people. And that's the only reason Marcel allowed Tisha to tag along with those expos. Other than that, she no doggone well, she would have been sitting right at home waiting for the kids to get out of school. And she still has not been able to quiet down the rumors of Marcel cheating. So it's like, no matter what she does, how many, seasons in? We're what, 7 seasons in, and every year there's a new a new segment of or occurrence or something of Marcel cheating, and a rumor that Tisha have to put a cap on. But she's mad at the Melometers, but not at her husband. It makes no sense. And Kimmy, first off, I have never flocked to anyone in my life. But seeing how she couldn't leave Maurice alone while he was married, she may be using her own self or picturing her own self in that example, and knows all too well about somebody or something flocking to something. And she's mad because Maurice was embarrassing the shit out of her on TV, to the point of her mother having to step in and say enough is enough. But she's mad at the Melometers and saying that the Melometers don't treat them well. The Melometers was having Kimmy's back in the beginning of last season when Maurice first started embarrassing her. But instead of Kimmy realizing that this is not this should not be happening, and even if she had to have a conversation with him off season, off camera, to let him know, you know what, you really did embarrass me. And I know some of the things that he said she wasn't aware of either before it aired, prior to it airing or whatnot. But when she's seen it, she's still up there going Team Reese, going strong for a man that don't give a damn about her, that continue to embarrass the mess out of her. Still got her watching his teenage overgrown son, and still got her cleaning up behind him, and he's not doing anything. He's worried about getting her a Rolls Royce, but not a maid service to help around the house. Make it make sense. But, the people, the Melometers, the people, the viewers, they were just repeating what Maurice, her husband, was saying about her, like her being admirable to roll over and suffer through sex while going through her chemo. Or, like him talking about her not having hair to blow in the wind. So, but again, these people are mad at us. I don't understand why. Maurice, both of them. They went on Fox Soul after Maurice embarrassed her on Carlos King podcast or whatever, saying, talking about her being admirable or whatever. And he got them a spot on Fox Soul so Maurice can clear it up, and people get a better outlook or better understanding of what he was trying to say, what he meant to say. And instead of him cleaning it up or whatever and apologizing to Kimmy and letting his wife know that that's not what he meant, this fool, the lawyer, messes it up even more and embarrass her even more. But yet she puts that on the Melometers? No. But anyway, this season, Carlos really put his foot in his mouth, trying to use the content creators for a storyline and not making his cast come with their own storyline. And that's going to hurt all of them in the long run. That's just my opinion. I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video. Let me know what you think.